Hello, dear friends. Just Breathe is the name of this series about living in 100% surrender to the heart and the wisdom that comes forth from this space of knowingness. Today, I am going to invite you to have a new look at the nose that life brings you. And for this, I'd like to share a little bit about my experience of really realizing that all of the no's I have received throughout my life have been an extreme and immense blessing. They have always brought me much more than the yeses would. Anytime I have, for instance, created a project or something I would like to set in motion, and for which I have invited collaboration, many times that collaboration did not happen immediately. Many times it was not the first person I invited or asked if they would like to collaborate that, even having said yes initially, managed to fulfill that yes. But what I have noticed is that it was because there was someone even better, more skilled, more appropriate for that combination and for that whatever was to be brought to life, to grow even more magnificently. One example has been for my So It's Simple book that I have told you about. It is a children's book, but it isn't. It is for everyone. And it tells the story of a little boy called Ivo. It's initially bilingual, Portuguese and English. So this is a Portuguese name. Who goes through something very challenging. He's a small child, not very small, around 5. And through that challenge, he discovers that he has in him strengths and tools and opportunities and treasures that he had never realized. Well, when I wrote this story, I realized immediately I did need someone to illustrate it. And I wrote this story in 2014. And up until 2020, when the book was published, about 6 or 7 different people came my way who enjoyed the story and were enthusiastic to draw, but didn't manage to see this little boy Ivo. And then one day in 2019, I went to a book presentation on International Book Day, and this young man called João, 17 years old, was sitting right next to the writer, to the author, because he had illustrated that book. And those illustrations were so beautiful. I came up to him and asked him, and he accepted. And 2 months later, I had the drawings, and this collaboration flourished. The same thing has happened for the Compassionate Breath, Conscious Breath CD that is being produced this very moment, and the audiobook for which I required music. But this story is special, very, very special, and it required something that I would not have been able to imagine. Long story short, around 6 or 7 different musicians came my way. And only about 2 months ago, not because I was choosing this person for this purpose, that we just entered a conversation. So this friend sent me a track that he had created, not for my book, just something he had created. And oh wow, I loved it so much. It just came to me. Let me ask him, would you like to collaborate with me in this project? And he said yes. And by then I had received a lot of yeses, which became nos. But I remained open to his yes and trusted. As always, I had trusted. I never stopped trusting. And sure enough, I already have 3 tracks done and waiting for the rest. So even the yeses that sometimes become no's then bring about something even better, because when you choose to receive the very best, your expanded wisdom just goes about finding the perfect match, which is something you could never have imagined. I never really imagined this book, for instance, in black and white. But you know, João's illustrations in black on white paper are just so beautiful that this children's book, which is for everyone, turned out to be black and white. And then there are the other category of no's. No's that we receive when we really want to do something, and then it starts not working out, and then another no, and then another no. And there, sometimes it's just life telling us, let it go, don't go that way. And you can feel it in your heart when it is something like that. When it is a no telling you, let it go, this is not the way for you. You can feel it because it's making you make an effort. It's making you struggle. It's making you feel frustrated and eventually angry. And it's continuously collapsing. And based on common beliefs, we'd say, no, go ahead, fight. But no, I really do share. Stop and listen to your heart. And how do you do that? You take a deep breath and you feel. Feel this thing that you want to continuously put in motion. How does it feel in your heart? Does it feel calm, like the most serene lake? Or does it feel anxious and wavy and uncomfortable? If it does, let it go. No second thoughts about it. Let go of the need to be right. Let go of the need to hold on. let it go. So there is a big difference between these different kinds of no's. In the other case I was sharing, you know in your heart that that project is going to happen in its own time, and you just release any expectations. You don't force anything to happen. You just remain firm, serene. You go about your life and you let it come to you. In this other case, when you're forcing things to happen and you're not letting anything come to you. You're not even realizing, it's not that way. Your heart is the most clear guide to help you make choices that are in service of your best and highest purpose and interest. And through the breath, you can become aware of what to do. One way or another, embrace the no's. They always bring you a better outcome. Thank you. And see you next time. Remember, just breathe.